Hi everybody, welcome to another art vlog, and this week I'm doing a piece which actually came about relatively quickly and I had to have a bit of a break, and this is partly why this piece exists. I just called it Rest is Productive because I was basically forced to take a week off because I was sick, because although I think of myself as being a fairly balanced individual and I'm able to take a rest when I need to, and I'm very fortunate with my lifestyle in that way, somehow I keep ending up getting sick at least once a month, and this particular week just gone by was particularly bad. Like, it was like a flu. It wasn't COVID, but it was definitely like one of the times I've been the sickest in my life, and I don't necessarily know what I did to deserve it, but it really made me, I had no option but to be in bed and just to rest. And so much of the hustle culture that we have at the moment is actually pretty toxic, and it really can make you feel like you're not doing enough, and if you're not working you're not being productive, and if you're not like sacrificing something, whether it's your sleep or, you know, the food that you eat or how hydrated you are, like somehow those things sometimes get worn like a badge of honor. And actually what I'm really interested in is taking the time to rest. And what creatures rest better than cats? Most of us have a cat. I mean, I know that there are other creatures out there like sloths and koalas, for example, that do a great job of resting, but most of us have cats, and I am a cat person. And let's just face it, I know how to draw cats. So I chose a cat as this particular subject. And, oh, now I've got to, there it is. I gotta find it. So I'm just gonna watch back the replay on my iPad and sort of talk you through what I'm doing. But yes, the whole idea is to be more cat and take the time that you need to rest, because ultimately what happens is your body says no and it makes you rest. So clearly I have some learning to do. Anyway, I'm just going to go to the video and press the replay. I'm probably not going to have a lot of time to talk about it because it came about very quickly, but as usual I found a reference photo that I liked and I just drew what I saw, starting with basic shapes and lines of direction. Lines of action rather. That is what I started with, and once I was relatively happy with that sketch I just lowered the opacity, started on a new layer and went over it, adding in a few lines for fur and the idea of texture. I didn't want the line art to be too perfect because actually I think it robs the piece of some character and depth. And then I just painted it in this grey colour. It kind of ended up looking like my mom's cat. But yeah, I used the Salamanca brush, which I find is particularly useful for doing things like fur. It just has a nice texture to it, and I wasn't too fussed about it looking absolutely perfect. I actually kind of really liked that rough textured look, which is something I'd like to do more of in my work. And then I did try lettering it out like I did with the last piece, which was all to do with like you know, jumping when you feel the most afraid. That's the time that you need to jump, and I did that all by hand. Now I do have a font which is based on my handwriting, which is what I used in this particular piece, because honestly, like, I tried writing it out and maybe my energy was still a little bit low, but I just left it as a font, and I just added in some shadows and a little bit of greenery, my signature, and just the sort of hint at maybe some kind of flower. I wasn't too bothered about getting it absolutely perfect, but I actually really like it. And yeah, you can go and view this on my Instagram. I would love to see you there, and I'm growing my following currently, so every follow is like a little celebration for me at the moment. So, and if you'd like to find out more about me, I have a website and with all the links and everything that you need there. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this short little vlog. I'll be back with another one soon, and yeah, until then, take care. Bye guys, make sure you rest.